See, I don't know why they thought that plan with you was going to end the right way, bro. You gave them signs. You gave them signs. But instead, they still tried it. Bro, they still tried it, bro. And it's like, you gave people your all. You did. You gave them your all, bro. You tried to love them. You know, you felt bad for these people. You know, because you was in a situation where you ain't really had nothing. You ain't really had much. And the way they popped up. But they popped up like it was, you know, divine, like it was meant to be. But actually, it was meant to be. It was meant for you to teach them a lesson because they kept getting away with destroying everybody that loved them, their community. See, a lot of people that tested you, you encountered them because they've been performing these wicked rituals and they've been collecting victims. I'm talking about these people, they got skeletons in their closet, bro. You wouldn't understand, bro. They got skeletons in their closet. So don't be surprised, like when the neighbors seeing you turning up or seeing you, you know, handling your business. Why you think they was this? They wasn't calling the police, and you know, cause they seen your heart, bro. They seen, and they knew that you was gonna stand up to these bullies that been tormenting them in the neighborhood, bro. And you did that. You did it. Now let me tell you, I know you've been struggling. You've been going through pain. You've been going through, you seem like this war never gonna end. You like, bro, when am I going back home? I know these situations make you want to quit, give up. And the enemy, he done poison you too, some of y'all. He got you trying new things that you would never ever imagine you would be doing. And some of y'all end up liking the stuff. Bro, you end up liking it, bro, getting addicted to the poison, whatever. But it didn't make you go crazy like everybody else, you know. God always had his hand on you, but you had to go through it though. Bro, you had to go through it now. And you thought these things were gonna help stop the pain, but you start to realize, bro, the pain don't even stop. So you start to be creative and you start to think of things to do to start the pain, and you start to lower your standards. You never had low standards, bro. You end up lowering your standards. I ain't gonna tell you what you did because you know what you did. But you just wanted to be happy while you were struggling because you knew that you did things in the past, or you felt like maybe I deserve this. Maybe I deserve for my life to suck. Maybe I did something. Maybe I'm supposed to go through this. You felt the rain. You felt the rain, man. So you felt it was mandatory to find a way to love this pain. You felt it was mandatory to find, and you knew you didn't want to dig the hole even deeper. You didn't want to make the torment even deeper because you already know that you had good days too now, and you knew that just maybe if I keep going, maybe God will make things a little better. You got all these court cases you done racked up because you've been taking chances, listening to the music and thinking it was real. You didn't know you turned into a crash dummy for the enemy. Well, at least that's what the enemy thought. See, you didn't sign a blood contract like everybody else. You just got tricked to doing the wrong things. You didn't know. You didn't know that they kept leading you to a cemetery. You didn't know. But something wouldn't let you walk in. Something was guarding the gate. And you never had to set up a tent in them. Well, let me keep it cushion. Man, them folks tried to get you so bad though. And you almost gave up. You almost put yourself in the cemetery. You almost crashed out, bro. But he didn't forget. He didn't forget. He didn't forget about you, sis. Bro, he didn't forget about you. He seen that you still was stopping and helping the homeless, even though you ain't had nothing. You still letting people in your home who was on the street, even though you were barely in your own home. You still was doing whatever you had to do. You were still giving people good advice when you could, even though your situation was worse than theirs. You still was doing what you can, knowing or feeling like you don't deserve nothing, because you've been going through these situations. But you always kept them in your heart. You always kept them close. You always, and you did see changes. Now you did see things, but you seen everybody else working their own plan, and they were sinning and doing the wrong thing. And you seen, okay, it was getting them, but when you tried to do it, you felt lonely when you did it. You didn't feel fulfilled. How do you eat and not ever become full? See, you understood and overstood and understood that. See, you didn't like to eat and not ever become full. You like to eat and become full. So that didn't work out for you. You didn't want to have multiple women, multiple men, ladies. You didn't want to do all that. It didn't feel right about you. So when the initiation started, you said, let's do it. Let's do it. Hey, man, I'm kind of like, I'm done talking, man. I could keep going crazy, man, but you know, I'm tired of talking right now. Go crazy.